The footprints that never fade. 12 people have walked on another world. And the last time anyone did was more than 50 years ago. That world is the moon, and the story of how we got there is still almost unbelievable. It begins in the 1960s. The United States set out to do something no one had ever done: send people all the way to the moon and bring them home safely. The moon is not next door. It sits about 384,000 kilometers away, far enough to fit about 30 Earths side by side in the gap. On July 16, 1969, 3 astronauts climbed into a tiny capsule on top of a giant rocket called the Saturn V. It stood taller than the Statue of Liberty, and almost all of it was fuel. It takes a staggering amount of power just to escape the Earth. It roared off the launch pad with a force the world had never seen. The crew was Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. For about 4 days, they coasted across empty space. Then, as Collins stayed behind in orbit, Armstrong and Aldrin climbed into a small lander called the Eagle and dropped toward the surface. It was tense. They were running low on fuel, dodging boulders, searching for a safe spot. And then, touchdown. A calm voice crackled back to Earth. The Eagle has landed. A few hours later, Armstrong climbed down the ladder and pressed his boot into the gray dust. "That's one small step for man," he said. "One giant leap for mankind." Around 600 million people were watching. Live. About 1 in every 5 humans alive. 5 more missions followed. In all, 12 people walked up there, the last in December 1972. And then we simply stopped going. But they left something behind. The moon has no wind, no rain, no weather at all to wear things away, so the boot prints those astronauts pressed into the dust are still there, right now, perfectly sharp, waiting in the silence. A footprint that may outlast every city on Earth.